Okay, welcome to this weekly. The first question we have is, in 2013, the United States Postal Service charges 46 cents to mail a letter weighing up to 1 ounce and 20 cents per ounce for each additional ounce. Which function would determine the cost in dollars, C of Z, of the mailing a letter weighing Z ounces, where Z is an integer greater than 1, because we've got to have greater than 1 ounces here. And so, let's see, we're going to have 20 cents per ounce. So I would imagine that we're going to have 0.20 as a rate. Now it's per ounce, and so it's going to be times the number of Z's, or ounces. And what our starting value is 46 cents. So 0.46, that would be our y-intercept. And we are going to use y equals, or C of Z equals, just like your f of x equals on your graphing calculator. And it looks like that would be choice B. And don't forget that this is basically a y equals mx plus b type of a situation. Thank you, and please wait for the question that follows. Okay, looking at this next question, we have Rowan. Rowan has $50 in a savings jar and puts away $5 every week. Jonah has $10 in his jar, puts away more money per week, $15. Each of them plots his progression on a graph with time on the horizontal axis, amount in the jar on the vertical axis. Which statement about their graphs is true? Well, Rowan, we know that Rowan could be y equals a y-intercept of 50 because of the starting value, $5 per week. Now Jonah, similarly, although the rate is different and so is the starting value, Jonah starts with only $10, however puts away $15 per week. If I'm comparing these two, I'm pretty sure that Jonah has a steeper graph, or a steeper line, because of the rate being 15. It's bigger than 5. So I think that is a choice. Jonah's graph has a steeper slope than Rowan's, and so at this point, the answer is going to be C. These graphs will actually cross at some point, so B and D are not actually going to be choices. One will not always be above the other. That is it for this question. Thank you. Please stay tuned for the question that follows. All right, look at this next question. Max purchased a box of green tea mints. The nutrition label on the box stated that a serving of 3 mints contains a total of 10 calories. If a full box of mints contains 180 calories, do the following two things. Write an equation that represents C of x, or y, and use the equation to determine the total number of mints in the box. We have 3 mints for 10 calories. If you think about this, you have 6 mints for 20 calories. We could find m using the x1, y1, x2, y2 formula. So if you recall, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. It's a bunch of substitution right now. 20 minus 10 over 6 minus 3. So you would get 10 thirds. So here's our first piece of info is m is 10 thirds. Now we need to know what b is. So find b. Okay, so y equals mx plus b. So if I were to put in any of these ordered pairs, we get 10 equals 10 thirds. I'm using the first one, by the way. 10 thirds times x, which we know is 3. So 3 over 1, and then plus b. All right, so bring down our 10. And 10 times 3 is 30. So it's 30 over 3 plus b. Okay, so 10 equals 30 divided by 3 is 10 plus b. So when you subtract the 10, you'll find that b is 0. b is 0. All right, so let's see here. I think that makes sense anyways, right? If you have 0 mints, you should have 0 calories. So your equation for part A, C of x equals 10 thirds x plus 0. And then it says use the equation to determine the total number of mints in the box. Well, we know that there are 180 calories in there, so at this point, if there's 180 calories, we have 10/3 x. We don't need the 0. We're going to either divide by 10/3, or in this case, multiply by the reciprocal. All right, so what we get here is 540 over 10. So 540 over 10 equals x, and that reduced to 54. So our answer here is 54. So x equals 54. So there should be 54 mints in the box. All right, so that was part B. All right, thank you. Please stay tuned for the question to follow.